Harlem homes for Harlem residents. Asylum seekers are not Harlem residents. They are not citizens. In the Constitution solely and is primarily for United States citizens.
I've been doing a whole lot of videos on the Kingana channel about the migrant crisis, but my spin is a little different. I'm not like the other people out here who talk about the migrant crisis and what's happening in New York and Chicago as it focuses on America. No, I focus on Black America and what's going on solely with the African American community. That's what I deal with. And what I have noticed is when it comes to Chicago, they are really lit. Black Chicagoans are tearing up the internet going crazy, like our First Lady over here, Cat Trust.
We are so angry with Pritzker and with President Biden and with our mayor that we have decided that we're going to vote Republican this time around. Wow. That's just how angry we are. We are so angry that we are willing and going to turn our backs on the Democratic Party.
Then you got like the People's Alderman, the legendary George Blake.
We are in a caste system here. And at the bottom of this caste system, Black people. I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about right here. And you got the audacity, you Black ones I'm talking to, the audacity to bring in an illegal immigrant. Why would you do this? Sell out. Ain't your mama. House in. Yes, I said it.
Then you have just brothers like Michael Bay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm standing up for men. I'm standing up for these homeless shelters that y'all got our people in that got mold, that got rats, that got roaches, bed bugs, etc. And y'all putting them in nice hotels. You know? What's going on with that?
There's so many people that's going to city council meetings and tearing up stuff like raising hell. And then somebody dropped a comment like, yo, where are the Black people from New York? And I was like, damn, that's crazy because New York City got hella people. It's the biggest city in the country. It's a lot of Blacks in the country. Why are the Blacks out there so quiet? I'm seeing the Chicago brothers and sisters going crazy. In New York City, y'all like this. But stop the show. There was one clip where I saw a sister by the name of Tiffany Fulton, and she was the one that exposed this.
I mean, all they're saying, Tiffany, is it's not fair.
It's totally not fair. It's totally not fair. I was one of the few Harlem residents that went on that tour, and it's a beautiful location. And we have a housing project right across the street, St. Nicholas Houses, where they're getting ready to be relocated or displaced because they're going under renovation. So I did ask the mayor and I asked all the other city officials there, instead of displacing the senior citizens or the people that are disabled, if we're going to make this a migrant or we're going to make this a shelter period, why not make it for the people across the street in that housing project of over 3,000 people with disabilities and senior citizens? Why not move them in there?
That's right. Tiffany Fulton exposed that the city of New York was giving migrants top-tier living conditions and shelters, while you had people from Harlem. She didn't specify what race, but she's Black, right? That was getting less quality service. Hold on and check this out. We've also seen that there's been evidence to show that migrant families are getting more money than certain veterans. But that's a whole nother story. So I was trying to find a video the other day. Give me some type of sound effects, guys. I'm trying to find the video again to repost as another clip. I come across Tiffany Fulton, I can't find the video. But I did find this. Tiffany Fulton has a YouTube channel. Now, she doesn't really post that much, but she did post twice in the last month. Let's go to the first clip and see what's going on.
We do not want to hear excuses. These asylum seekers, the refugees, and the migrants They did not vote for you. They did not pay taxes. And yes, majority of them are criminals. And if you saying that you have to deport them, but also at the same time say, well, this is a sanctuary state, this is a sanctuary city, essentially you're telling us you are useless to us. We have on 130th Street, Adam Clayton Powell Jr., who was an American freedman, who advocated for the American freedmen, and you're telling us you can't do anything for Harlem?
Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back to that screen grab. Point the arrow at the bald-headed guy. Oh, that's Eric Adams at a Harlem community meeting. And that brother over there is giving Eric Adams a smoke. Y'all see Eric Adams over there trying to shake his head, yeah, like he actually understand what's going on? Nah, he don't. But hold on, that brother wasn't done giving Eric Adams some smoke. Let's play the clip.
We do not want to hear excuses. These asylum seekers, the refugees, and the migrants, they did not vote for you. They did not pay taxes. And yes, majority of them are criminals. And if you saying that you have to deport them, but also at the same time say, well, this is a sanctuary state, this is a sanctuary city, essentially you're telling us you are useless to us. We have on 130th Street, Adam Clayton Powell Jr., who was an American freedman, who advocated for the American freedmen, and you're telling us you can't do anything for Harlem? What does this say? Harlem homes for Harlem residents. Asylum seekers are not Harlem residents. They are not citizens. In the Constitution solely and is primarily for United States citizens, especially the American freedmen citizens. So, when this man said that we're talking about Harlem, Harlem did not have the asylum-seeking renaissance. It was the Harlem Renaissance that was started with the American freedmen in the city of Harlem. So you must give priority to the American citizens. You must give priority to the American freedmen citizens. And when you stand up here and tell us you can't do anything, guess what? It's election time. Okay. It's election time. So we will let you know you can be removed just like how you got voted in.
Time.
As you should.
All right. That's Eric Adams again getting roasted up by that same brother. So wait a minute. What do we find out now? Oh yeah, we found out that Harlem residents and most of that room looked like it was the African American community. Those people are also very pissed off. Just like Black Chicago, their voice isn't as loud, and I think I know why Black New Yorker's voice isn't as loud. Storytime music. One of my best friends live in Brooklyn, New York, right? Really close friend of mine. So I give him a phone call. Give me like some phone ringing music. I call him like, yo, bro, what's going on with the migrant crisis out there? He's like, man, they not up here. I'm like, what you mean they up here? He's like, yo, bro, you might have to go to like Manhattan or Harlem for the migrant crisis, but over here in Brooklyn, it ain't there. So Brooklyn, I'm not hearing about the Bronx. I'm not hearing nothing about Staten Island, Long Island. So a lot of the places where the blacks are at in those particular boroughs of New York, the migrants probably not there yet. Where they are is Manhattan, Harlem, all right? So that's the real reason why. Whereas in Chicago migrants are specifically coming into, certain areas where African Americans are dominant at. And this is what Cata Trust was explaining in this clip.
I got involved with the migrant crisis is we got a phone call from our alderman letting us know that Emerson Park, which is the park where my children grew up playing football, my husband coached football and baseball at that park. We had a call saying that park was going to be taken away from the community and used as a migrant shelter. And we immediately got on the phone. We started calling the people in the community. We called all of our elected officials. We called past and former players, coaches, parents. And we, we're like, hey, listen, they're trying to take our park away. We're going to have to rally and pull ourselves together and try to see if we can prevent this from happening.
So what am I finding out now, and what are we finding out now? And again, I'm telling y'all, you got to understand this. Migrants are coming into the black communities, right? And again, if we were migrants to a place and we were trying to get somewhere to a better life, we really wouldn't care about what the other person went through. You know, like when I moved to Poland, for example, I went there to study medicine. Poland has some very interesting history about its country. They've been through a lot. But it was only after going there and hearing certain conversations, but I wasn't like motivated to know what was there about Poland and what they went through. That wasn't my concern. I was there to do whatever I was there to do and there to leave. This is the same thing the migrants are gonna do, right? They're in the United States trying to achieve a better life. If they're gonna get a handout from the American government, they're gonna take it. So really it's not their fault, but you gotta understand that they're gonna come in and they're gonna want their agenda to be had, right? Also understand that they're gonna come in with the energy of it's either fight or die. I'm not trying to say people are gonna come in and start causing problems like that. I'm not saying that, right? But you gotta understand that as the black community, you gotta start playing offense too, right? Offense is not letting people screw you over, complaining about it, and then going back and voting for them again after you've been humiliated. One of the things about Tyson Foods that I figured out, and I talked about how Tyson Foods fired Americans and then they brought in, their own migrant workers. What did a lot of conservatives do? A lot of conservatives sold off their stock in Tyson Foods and just stopped supporting them. That was their payback, right? So here's what's happening. Eric Adams, even though it's not his policy to put the migrants in there, but he's being told what to do, you got to get him out of the seat. Brandon Johnson is a silly ass progressive. Like, so much to the point, equality for all, everybody deserves a chance to the American dream, even people who don't pay taxes. Like, he is overboard. Let's just give all the money to the homeless and then create more homelessness and all this ridiculous thing that doesn't make sense to develop an economy, all the way to the left. Silly to the left. These folks are gonna destroy your way of life. You gotta get these kind of people out of the office. So then when they decide to get your vote again, what are they gonna do? They're gonna have to do something better. And I think this is what you're trying to see. And then also the way you force people to do things for you is that you gotta start adding more value to your community. This is something I'm big on here in this channel. I don't care where you are in the world, all African Americans, we are one, right? All people coming from our lineage, we're one. Wherever we are at in the world, we have to support our agendas. We have to respect where we come from. This is something that every other group does, all right? We have to add value to our community wherever we are at. Just like as an American, you pay taxes wherever you at. Some of y'all hit me with that too. When you live in Africa, I pay more taxes than you. That's a fact, all right? Add more value where you at. We gotta get this thing together by hella high water. Guys, it's your boy, Shady Jackson. I'm out.